right, because I'm confused. If a trailer is a 1972, can you still tax them on
It
that?
doesn't, no, yeah, it doesn't matter what year the trailer is, it's a tax, the year that they were taxed.
Their tax
Oh,
was paid.
okay.
Delinquent taxes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, if they bought a 2005, brand new in 2005, and they had a 1962 sitting right next to it, they would both be taxed in the 2005 tax year. If they didn't pay either one of those for 5 years, that tax would be uncollectible for both trailers.
Okay. So one more question, that, because right behind us, in Antelope Acres, but as part of Mr. whatever his face is, there's an old 72 that just got pulled in. How do I know if they did what they were supposed to as far as the county's concerned, that they did their job and it's legit?
That's a good question. And actually, the initial job to get that on the tax roll belongs to the Department of Revenue.
Oh, okay.
And that's where the moving deck, when someone moves a trailer, a copy is sent to the Department of Revenue and one copy is sent to the treasurer of that county.
Oh, okay.
And it's the Department of Revenue that puts the trailers on or takes them off of the tax rolls. And the only thing I can think of is if you know the people who own it and their address, come in and ask if it's on the tax roll. If they just moved it in, it won't go on the tax rolls until 2015.
Okay.
But we should be able to check, the Department of Revenue should be able to check and see if they got a moving deck on it. And,
Okay. Thank you, Douglas.
yeah.
Did you want this back?
Commissioner, quick
No, you
question.
can have those.
Yes, Judy.
Pretty Southwick, do you know how many is on the list for 2010 that you're gonna start working on?
I don't, it's not,
So you don't have a
That's
list for these 5 years that you're gonna work in, you're gonna do 1 year at a time, or?
He does have a list.
actually, I think
It's not
most of them you're gonna find, 2010, 11, 12, they're gonna be the same person all, you know, I don't think it's not gonna be 72 different people every year. It's gonna be people that didn't pay in 2010, won't pay in 11,
Right.
won't pay in 12.
But you don't have any idea right now how many? you're
No, I'd
gonna-
have to look it up, I didn't,
You can break that up.
yeah, I
Okay.
just do a report like I did for these. I mean, there's 17 years worth of reports here and not a very big file, so,
I'll come see you then
yeah,
and see if you can get a number. Thanks.
all right.
Well, and you put an ad in the local newspaper about mobile home taxes being due.
Yeah, and we just sent out reminder cards last week for delinquent taxes, so we've gotten quite a few people coming in, so
Good.
just little things we have to start doing.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Deb.
you.
All right, 11:30, we have Randy Wilkie, Funeral Home Indigent Burial. Come on up.
There. Thank you.
You bet.
How's Randy?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Wrigley. How are you? All right,
Looks to me like you got quite a list in the paper again.
Hmm?
Looks to me like you have quite a list in the paper
Well,
again.
you know, if I don't win the governor's cup, I'm gonna hold all three of you guys accountable for it. I'm actually going to Glasgow. We'll see how it turns out.
Oh, good luck.
My daddy's showing up at 9 o'clock at McDonald's to see if I can get there. My phone's broke. I can't talk to him, so he don't know how to text. He's a little older than Frank over here. Picking on him.
That's fine.
No, I told him, McDonald's at 9 o'clock, Pop will go fishing in the morning. So,
Nice.
coming all the way from Fargo, North Dakota to fish with me for 2 days.
Oh, wow.
He'll have a little fun.
That'll be good. Be good for both of you.
Yeah, I think so. More for him, not me. But thanks for seeing us today, guys. Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna do? Help me. need to say, define what we're gonna do with our indigent burial a little bit. We had two, I remember one name, I don't remember the other, top of my head, it's there, just a few. And, we need to define where we're at. What I've learned is these two folks have no assets at all, zero. And we're trying to define, and I know the law says if there's children, there's some statutes that say they're under obligation to take care of their parents. The only one that had a child hadn't seen his mother in 14 years, hadn't talked to him over 30, pretty much. He wrote a letter, mother's worth $1 million, I don't want any of it. And she's worth nothing, I want nothing of it. But we had to have his authorization to cremate her. That's why we got in touch with him. It's not my obligation to search these people out and find them. We have, Brenda was gone for 2 weeks, Wynn was gone, Nick was by himself, he calls me, I have someone or anything, what do I do? Just take a look at how we'll work it out. Turns out, this person's in a trailer in the K-Way campground, been in Texas, been wherever, got a boyfriend.
Randy, they need you to
Oh, I'm
speak up.
sorry.
Hey, speak up a little more than
Oh, I'm sorry.
the audiences.
Well, and just trying to define, we know we're gonna have indigent burials, okay? And we are a business, we're not a county entity, anything. And when I came to you 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, if there was one established or not knowing. And there's always been a fund there, but not necessarily designed for indigent burial. There's always been a fund of some sort, we'd come up and do it. And I just know that in our counties where we're parked out, you're gonna have indigent burial. You're gonna have them, guys, you're gonna. And, all we're trying to do is break even. That's all we're trying to do, with the least amount of liability if at all possible.
What's break-even point?
Hmm?
What is the break-even point?
Oof. That's why we figured $2,100, okay, 21. I sent the paper, mailed it,
Right.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Blake was asking for sending, I mailed it. And, one we had from our county at 21. Lewis and Clark County hasn't had a new one established in 18 years. We're working on that. Miles City's at 21. I thought they were higher than that, but they're at 21. So our direct disposition, depending on our location, is somewhere between 24 and 2,800 bucks. Okay, direct disposition, nothing more than that. Now, when we have someone who is indigent, how to define whether they're indigent or not? If they do have children, they are under obligation to take care of them, if at all possible, okay? But when you have a son that hasn't talked to their parent, I mean, 30 years, is their responsibility, really? No. So he didn't come up and take any of our assets or anything. But down in Lewis and Clark County's got a pretty stiff rule. If they have any assets at all, the county goes after them. Not me, I'm the business guy. You know, I'm in contract with the county. But we're on your side. They come to us and say, well, let the county pay for it. It says they're gonna take all your assets. They find the money real quick. They generally find it. And I'm not the bad guy here, and nor should the county be. But the county shouldn't be accountable for them either, if they have assets, mind you. Everybody should take care of their own. Fair? Fair, guys? So, really, we just had two recently that, and a possibility of 4. We had 2 before, but they came up with $1. They found it. They found it, and we helped them a little bit, and we don't mind that. We don't mind helping people, that's what we're here for. You know, we made a great investment, and, we're just trying to get there. So stepping stones. Just so happened we had 2 in one weekend. And we're still wondering. And I did verify, I went through, I did the work. You know, I done the work to find out if they have it or not. And to what I understand, it's not there. They don't have it. So what do? Do we hold a person? Do we hold a person?
How long you can hold them?
Why should we hold them?
Well, yeah.
Exactly. They're in the custody of the county. Until we contract with the county to take care of them. think about that, guys, really. How long can we hold them? Well, I know down in Miles City, they have a family that's fighting, been there almost, it was almost 2.5 months. Till they get it together. Has nothing to do with the county. Can we hold people for a period? Yes, we can. Mickey Nelson, the county coroner of Lewis and Clark, he'll say, Randy, I can't find any family right now, I need to prepare the body. He gives us the authorization to do it. He is the public figure. We embalm them. Embalming is a temporary preservation of someone to hold them for a period of time, either have a viewing, find family, whatever it might be, until we get their ducks in a row. But families, we find them, if there are any. And that was given us to a public. And we charge the county for it. And we've held people 4 or 5 weeks till they find family. We've done it. And we can hold them longer. But we hold them a reasonable amount of time, do our very best to try to find family. The county coroner does that. If he needs our assistance, we'll certainly help him. If they don't find him within a reasonable amount of time, then we bury him in a casket at the county cemetery. At the expense of the county, at a number. Okay, whether it's 21, burial or cremation, doesn't matter.
But you can't create,
I won't, the liability is too high.
right.
The liability is huge. You cremate somebody and somebody didn't give you authorization, you gotta have deep pockets, you're gonna need them. Cremation is a very, very, very liable issue. In cremation, there's many who say that if you haven't been sued, it's just a question of when you're going to be. The county shouldn't open themselves up to that liability ever, and nor should we.
So the surrounding counties are doing 2,100, correct?
Yes, except Lewis Clark hasn't got there yet. Lewis Clark had 70, close to 70 indigent burial last year. 70. That's a lot of people, folks. We just try to help them on their way. And just keep in mind that this money that we're asking for, it's nothing that we're coming after every time. I think people need to be held accountable for their own. But it's unfortunate, every once in a while, you're gonna have one that can't. They need help. You know, like I said, we're looking for a number the last time I was here. Started at whatever, we'd like to get it to this number. I remember saying, I don't remember what number I threw out, but ballpark. Because it still costs a certain amount of money to run these businesses. It just does. From your staffing, your cars, to taxes, utilities, it's still there. Cost or cost, whether they come or whether they don't. So we want to try to do what's right by the communities. We want to do what's right by the people. Ethical government care in a timely manner. And if we know that there's assets, boy, we're on your side all the way. Yeah, because people need to be held accountable for their own. That's not the taxpayers. It's just not. We know that. So I'm just asking, I don't know where we should go. Can we hold them a period of time? Yes. We don't have refrigeration in Townsend. We take them to Helena. We have 2 refrigeration units. We can hold 6 people for a period of time. I would suggest if we can't find family, that the county coroner give us authorization to prepare the body through embalming. That's inexpensive. Refrigeration's $275 a day, $75 every day thereafter the first day.
Would you like that part in the contract?
Well, I would suggest, no, that's just the 21, it's just if it ends up
No,
being
the
indigent,
coroner gives authorization for the embalming.
they should be able to.
Okay,
They can. See, they're in control, they're in custody
Right.
of this person. They can do just about anything they want. But once you do the preparation, what you've done is you're protecting safety, public health, all of those things, everybody. And until they can find some family, they have to do their very best. And we live in such a nuclear society anymore. People are, you're trying to find these people. You just don't find them every day. Transients, people who come through, that's what that's for. It's very simple. It's just so much easier to do the preparation work right away, hold them for a period of time. There's no guarantees in preparation of embalming, none. But it does work. And it's better than refrigeration, guys. You gotta have a place to hold them. You have to. They have to be reverently cared for, these people. Whether they have it or whether they don't. But in the event that we do the preparation, then all of a sudden they find a family, oh gosh, no, mom's got trust here, she's got this, she's got this. Heck, this is one going, you're out of it. That's why I'm asking for the preparation work to be done. That's when we're asking for the preparation work to be done. We don't want to incur expenses, but we also want to make sure that these people are well cared for under some type of supervision. So if you have a person die and there's not a next of kin, and you have no idea where to go, now it's under the county entity. Now what does the county want us to do? Are you gonna contract with us to do what? Okay, who's gonna go find these family members? Now, privacy laws, they're not gonna let me do anything. But the sheriff's department can, but I can help. It's not hard to find people. We just gotta be able to driver's license, gotta do all kinds of tracing to try to find these folks, through whatever means we have. But when you go out to someplace and you can define that they certainly don't have assets, and there are family members, someone should sit down with the family and say, well, this is what we're gonna do. And Mickey Nelson does it, his corner. He'll put them in his room, he'll talk to them. You want the county, this is how it works. If you want to wipe your hands of it, that's how he does it. And no, we want to take this, it's fine. Then you need to call what funeral home you want to use. Then the body's released. Once the body's released to the funeral home, now the funeral home's on the hook. Well, that's what Mickey does, Mickey makes sure of it. He don't want somebody taking custody of someone and coming back to the county and asking for money. That's fair. But when Mickey says, well, there might be an issue here. But when it is someone who's asking for county assistance and Mickey Nelson's involved, he'll explain the rules. They'll make the decision whether they're releasing or not. And if he's in control, he fills out all the necessary documents. We contract with the county to take care of them. The cremation part, that's a real volatile. It's real, you gotta make sure your ducks are covered.
Because they could
They'll
come
come
back.
after you real quick. They'll come after me too, because I got the deep pockets. So we're really careful about that. We're very knowledgeable about it, and we're very conscientious of everything that's going on around us. There are certain rules of who can authorize and who can't. If you do end up with an indigent and the preparations work's been done, it's much less expensive to bury them than it is to cremate somebody without proper authorization. Irreversible process, guys. You
Can
can't
I
turn
ask
it around.
Brenda a question?
Mhm.
Brenda? Yes. With you being corner, what do you do when you get an indigent? What is the process here?
Well, first off, we try to get a hold of family. The last indigent we had was the guy that was buried out here. He had no family, so we came to you guys about burying him out there. And the county had an indigent burial fund at that time, which paid for
How many years ago was that?
all the,
1 or 2 is all.
3 years ago.
3 years,
12.
just before we purchased
12.
it. I've had one from Broadwater County myself. I've had one, and I know of in 10 years. So it's not that we're gonna have a lot of them, guys. I just know that they're gonna come. They're gonna come. You know, we're just trying to be fair, you know, we really are. But I know the very details of both of these last two. I know them. I don't know if it's public knowledge or not. At the moment, it's not, but it can be. So, kind of a tough deal. Just a bad. Well, we talk to people trying to get their stuff prepaid ahead of time all the time. We express it, we solicit it, we talk to them, and boy, don't we wish they would. Make it all easier on all of you.
I did that with Mom.
Yes, you did. So, I just think if we establish something and working with Brenda, the corner, defining, it's important, guys. But every once in a while, you're gonna have a family member out there. And this kid, he flat out said, my mom, I've talked to her a couple times. She really haven't had a lot to do with them. Asked for help one time, she said no to him, lived high and hogged, whatever what he was telling me. He says, my mother has an estate, I don't want anything to do with it. If she has any funeral expenses, they're not mine to take care of. I'm signing the cremation authorization only for the disposition of her. Please give her remains to her boyfriend. He knows what to do with them, probably. Sign the letter in front of a notary, send it to me, done.
And believe it or not, you get more of those than you would think.
Do you?
There's another one right now that we're waiting to see if the VA is gonna pay for his burial. He has family here, he has a sister, but they had had no contact for years and years and years. I mean, absolutely none. She went ahead and signed off that the body could be cremated. But she says, I want nothing to do with him, absolutely nothing.
Well, and I'm sure there's lots of families out there in that situation. There just is. That for some reason, there's a rift between them, and they want no part of it, good or bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have those two. We get in the middle of those every day, every day. So, and we deal with those, but sometimes there's one that'll step up. But when there's not, then we're in the doghouse, you know. And the other one, I know, had SSI, had a retirement, cashed it out years ago, lived on just Social Security, living at her daughter's home, home's owned by the daughter, land owned by somebody else, pay a lot of rent, daughter's not working, granddaughter's living there, boyfriend might be, I don't know. She had a bank account, State Bank of Townsend, couldn't tell me the amount because of privacy laws, and it says, very minimal, I'm sure it was under $100. That's all she had. Now, no assets, guys, there's no trailer to buy, there's no cars, there's nothing. If there's a car you can attach to this, that you can go get it. There's nothing.
I think we have an obligation.
So,
There's no question about it, absolutely, but we also have an obligation to follow a process.
you
Right.
follow the
MCA.
process, you bet you should,
Mhm.
no question about it, and we'll back you. We're all on board, guys, we're the same people here, you know.
The
We're just,
fam-
we still have a facility over here, we still want to have, you know, when these guys get a death, where do I take it? Where do we take this person's death if they reverently care for them? We take them to our funeral home, it's a decent place. We don't have refrigeration. If we need to put them in refrigeration, when they're done with doing their business, we'll come down, we take them, we put them in refrigeration in Helena. We haven't got one here yet, that's not to say we're not gonna do it, we're considering it. We're just still searching, you know, refrigerations are about $5,000, just for the unit alone, then you plug it in, you run that, it runs. That's $60 a month, it runs. So, and we like to keep them running, we don't like to turn them on or shut them off. You know, it's better for them. So we're still considering that, but they need to take them, when they're done with their study, then we transport them, we hold them until they figure out if they find some family or not. That's just the best way to do it, guys. Everybody's entitled to proper reverent care, everybody. And we gotta do our job on the other end to try to get it done quickly. And if we can't do it quickly, we ask permission, please. Oh, where are we gonna go with this, guys? I need a little help. But there is a rule, I think it should be followed.
Oh, I do
Should be.
too.
Yeah, we agree. Yeah,
So what do you get out of Lewis and Clark?
right now,
Mhm.
$1,100. Yeah, 18 years ago. It's so far out from reach, it's not even close. It's actually 20 years, I'm almost thinking. We just haven't got to them yet, that's all. One of these days, you know, we're just trying to do something, find a foundation. But Marr County, we've had one in Marr County, two in Marr County. Two, since we went over there, that were established. Jefferson County, they contract with K&L Mortuary, but I think they're 12 or 1,300. I think. I don't know that. I think, that's off my head, okay? But, in other counties, I just take care of my own. I don't go out in the other counties to find out, so,
Randy, if I hear you correctly, you really want the answer to 3 questions. One is, can we develop a process? And I would think that's in keeping with the agreement she emailed
That's
us.
pretty good.
2 is, can we revisit the indigent burial with the gentleman who doesn't want anything to do with his mother? And the 3rd question is, can we revisit the
Yeah,
family in the trailer without any assets? Am I
Yeah.
correct?
they should, and the county should investigate whether she had money in that bank account or not, because the bank's got no. And as far as I know, even Nick, he would even say that the funds aren't there. Person didn't own a car, all that stuff. They didn't have no assets, there were none. It's unfortunate, but there were none in either case. So, that's kind
But
of.
Brenda
what we're
could
looking at.
check, could she not
Sure she
be in
can.
law
You bet.
on,
Yeah, you know, we're looking just to get there, guys, yeah.
So
But I
if
think,
that-
but I
if
think
that-
going forward after this one's done though, when they have someone, and I can work with Brenda on this really easy, just if they have an indigent person that dies, they gotta have time to find family. If they can't find them, we would ask permission to prepare the body. If it ends up being a county entity, then that would be included in the 21. If we asked to do the preparation work and we find there's family and they want this person, then that would go to the family. It could. Will the county pay it? Lewis and Clark County pays it, you bet, because it was under his directive. They do. The same with transports to the crime lab and stuff. We do that for Lewis and Clark County the same way instead of Broadwater County. Transfer them over to what they need. We do a time, and because you gotta find out what they died from if you can, you know, those kind of
but
things.
in Broadwater County, our sheriff's office,
They drive them over. Yeah, they have driven, yes, they have. But we're available to do that. All we do is after mileage and time, that's all. They drive over, they wait to come back, but you may have enough officers to do that here. County coroner's office doesn't, in Helena, it's Maggie don't have a car to do that. Here they do.
Mickey's got that old blue car, he's had
He's
forever.
got about 3 of them, well, actually, he's got about 9 of them. So going for, those are the only questions I have, Laura, truly. If we can visit those and find out if there's funds to take care of them. Right now, there's nothing paid on either one. The other thing you need to know is if you have a veteran who dies, and they turn out being a veteran, you check them through social security numbers always, you find out that that person's a veteran. There is a system you can go through, an unclaimed veteran, we can go to the VA, take a shot at them. But if they die in the VA auspices and help from there, and they die in an unclaimed veteran, they'll take care of it. They have done it, yeah. Now, but if a person is a veteran and there's veteran funds, we would ask for the veteran funds, and then the county would just pay the difference. You follow me? If they're eligible. If they're eligible, guys, you know, that's only fair. We're not asking for over and beyond, we're just asking, needs some help, okay? If a person dies, or a veteran, or a county indigent, Mickey tries to bury him at the fort, he does. The thrift store out there has some funds available for unclaimed veterans, they pitch in. We try to get those things done for cost, if we can. We try and put them amongst the many.
But we have a county cemetery
I
here.
understand that, but if they're a veteran, we do our best to put them in a VA cemetery. We do. Yep. Yeah. That's fair. But if we don't, we go to the county cemetery. Yep. Yeah. Because I think we can get the VA to give us a grave. It's a free grave. It's a veteran. Graves cost nothing. It's the setting of the markers, it would be an additional $45 or whatever it might be. You know, there's some cost with a thrift store, might pitch in, pay for some of that. Okay? So, anyway, that's kind of our rant, guys. I'm just trying to establish a value. How many more will we have? Don't know. Hope none, but that's not how it works. Not how it works. We have many people that come to the health centers, okay? They go in and they're there for a period of time, and their assets are depleted because of healthcare or whatever it might be, whether it's $4,500 a month to $7,000 a month. And the assets get depleted, and they never set up a trust. They never set up a burial agreement, which they can do ahead of time before they deplete their funds. Sometimes they know it, but nobody wants to talk about, I'm gonna die in here. Nobody wants to know that they're only one of you, it's a, whew. And I know they ask with, that's one of the questions they ask when you go in. Stuff. So we end up with those two whose funds have been depleted through a period of time, and then they die. And there are no family. That happens too. Adult Protective Services sometimes are involved with some of those. Caseworkers will call and want to set up a trust before they deplete their funds. We do our best to set them up. Okay? So, it's a challenge every day. So I just don't know if that's something that's gonna work for you or not. It was, Todd Stevenson, my partner, tried to call you the same day that we talked, and he hadn't heard back from you. So
No, he and I talked.
Oh, you did talk to Todd?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, he told me he did. Oh, there you go. He's gonna be here today. He wanted to try to see, move this to 3 o'clock. He was gonna be here himself. And I said, no, I'll go down there. He's coming to town, I'm leaving. So, anyway.
Is that Mike's dad? Mike's dad?
Mike's uncle.
Uncle?
Uncle, yeah. This is, well, you can get used to him. Yeah, he's good.
Well, we've got 3 things to do as I see it. We already visited the gentleman who's estranged from his mother, with Wynn
You did
2
talk,
weeks ago.
yeah.
As far as the other family, I think we need to hear back from Brenda, on,
This is what you're.
whatever they have that you can find with the power you have at your office. And then Elaine was gonna find out burial costs for
Yeah.
Centennial Cemetery. And then also work on this.
If you was to go out to
And
the
I think maybe a partnership with
Well, Frank,
Brenda after it's done.
Frank and Dick Graves, but Frank does them, the BSC boys dig graves, I don't know who else digs graves down here. I know Frank, you used to do them forever, I don't know if you
Yeah.
still do any.
Oh, I still do once in a while.
Once in a while, there you go. So I know the BSC boys have done some of them,
Yeah.
and, I
We
know
just
there's
need the
one of them.
cost to put into the contract, and then as soon as we have a straw horse to work from, we can work
Well,
electronically,
What he
make sure
does,
it works for
what
your
they do in
office.
the county pays for the opening and closings, they do all that, over and beyond that. That's what they do. So, it's not part of that, because the county, what they do is they'll pay Floresville Cemetery amount, that's county level too, but they go over the county cemetery, Lewis and Clark County Cemetery, and dig the graves. There's no vault requirements at the cemetery. Marr County, Main Cemetery, they've established a specific part of the cemetery for indigent burial now, they never had one. So they established one area where they don't require vaults to be there. The rest of the cemetery requires a vault for their burial.
You know, in some ways, that's kind of sad though, because if you're buried over here and you know that person was poor as
Yeah.
compared to being buried any other
Yeah.
place in the cemetery.
Yeah, it's part of it. You know, that's where they want them to, families step up, take care of their own, some of the rules. A lot of different feelings, a lot of emotions out there, guys, a lot of anxieties, you know. Ethical, reverent care is most important, you know, and I think, and some just don't have it, you know.
Well, we do have a fund,
Yep,
so, you know,
That's
it's, yeah,
good for us.
yeah, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, so I don't know, if you need me to do something, I'll do it. I'll do whatever you ask to help you get to where we gotta go, I'm fine with that, you know, guys.
Would it help you, Elaine, if you were to change this to more of a Broadwater County document, or did you still wanna do that part?
That one would be fine.
Okay, yeah, if you could take this, Elaine was just gonna go through it and change it to, instead of reading Marr County, Broadwater.
Do you want me to
And
draw it
then-
up? That was drawn up by Marr County, actually.
Yeah, that would be great.
Unless you guys
and then
wanna draw it up, and I'll read it and sign off on it too, just the same.
It's up to you, Elaine.
It doesn't
How do you
matter.
wanna do it? And then what we need to do is get Brenda's buy-in,
Yep.
before bringing it to a commission meeting.
Yep.
And, then go from there. So whatever you two wanna do is fine.
I can do this. If you want me to type it up for you, I'll have it done. It'll be
Okay.
verbatim, except it'll say Broadwater County. But the other thing is, and Brenda and I will work out it's so important that they both be exactly the same and they think the same, everybody thinks the same on this. There's no discrepancies here, guys. They have to understand that the county's gonna come after your assets if you don't wanna take care of your family member. It's that simple. And if you hold your own, they generally go, they got it. Sometimes they'll drive in $60,000 pickups. I've seen it. Say, we don't have it. And they got it.
Did you see, what did you get parked up front?
It just, it happens. It happens, guys. And look, and, you know, that's something that we need to be on, you know, we're just wanting to take care of that, okay? And, but that can happen, guys, so you need to make sure that you hold your gun. And the communications has to be the same from your county corner across the board. That's real important, guys. There's no, and every once in a while, like I said, the laws, a parent doesn't have to take care of their child after they're 18, but a child has to take care of their parents. And the reason they do that, I think, I don't know that, is that parents they start depleting their funds they give their kids. Okay, Medicaid goes back 5 years now, on all their banking and everything to see if they qualify for Medicaid. You know, they do it for a reason, to make sure the assets haven't disappeared, they should have. Okay, so it's no different here. So when they deplete their funds, start giving their things away, that's why they make the kids take care of their parents. But every once in a while, you have some that are so far out there that they've never seen them. We're gonna deal with that more and more every day. And
Which is sad.
it is sad. We don't stay married for 50, 60 years anymore.
I'm pushing close on that.
Sometimes
I'm pushing close on that.
Yeah,
I've got 49.
you're close.
50
All right, did
plus.
you,
Chance over.
did you have a question for
I have.
Brenda?
I said, I get 50 plus.
There you boy.
Brenda, did you want to add or question or comments on this?
No, I think, you know, other than these two, in the past, it's worked pretty smooth. You
It's
know,
what?
It's worked pretty smooth,
Oh, okay.
so. But I do know that the one gal out at the silos, her son, like you said, had no contact with her, wants nothing to do with her. Didn't when she was alive, definitely doesn't since she's died. So. And she was indigent, staying with that guy out there.
I know that she had some kind of, when she was married to her first husband, the reason the two didn't marry is because she was receiving some type of a living benefit. So they were married, been together 30 years, and this gal had MS or had some kind of disabling, and he took care of her. He stuck with her for 30 years, taking care of her, on what little bit of funds she was getting to take care of herself. And they came out of 12, 14 years ago, came from Texas. They went up here and lived in the K-Way campground in a trailer that was in his name. Car truck was in his name, not hers. No bank accounts, nothing. So, you know,
It's so hard to understand.
that's just, you try to gather the information, guys, and so you have someone that needs to be taken care of. That's what it comes down to. And is it the county's, my responsibility? Well, no. Is it the county's? It shouldn't be. This is the county they reside in.
Well, we'll do our homework
Okay.
on getting the information we need, and then when we have an updated agreement, we can go ahead and bring this to a meeting.
Yep.
And get all the parties on board, and then get that signed and ready to
Do you
go.
want me to type that?
Sure.
I'll do it. Okay. Can I do it next week? I gotta go fishing.
I'll take it.
Can I do it next week? When you gotta have your next meeting? When you gotta have it by?
Monday.
Yeah, I won't be back till Monday.
We can do it the week after, if that works for you guys. I mean,
I can take it back and have my off staff do it and send it to you if you like.
sure,
I
sure.
can do that, because I won't be back till Monday.
Okay.
So I have that, I'll just type it up and I'll have it, not email.
No.
Email, you want it faxed or you want it?
We'll be putting it into email to share with Brenda, so email would probably be best.
Throw me an email address, ladies. And I'll have Jenny type it with it. Email it to you, And then you'll have it, and then if you decide that this is what we wanna do, I'll sign a contract with you on it. Fair enough, when I get back. What time's the meeting Monday?
10.
10?
And if you want a particular time, we'd have to have that on here too, when he votes. We can schedule that now if you like.
The 14th,
Yeah, we could do 1:30 in the afternoon.
1:30?
Does that work for you? Yeah, 10 o'clock is just when the general meeting starts.
Monday's the 14th?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and if you want a different time, we could do 10:15.
No, I
Okay,
think in the afternoon would be great,
all right.
okay? And I'll make it a point to be here, that's fine. So what's that second day of fishing?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're good?
Yes, we are all set. So we'll
Thank
see
you,
you
folks.
next
Thank you
Monday
all.
at 1:30.
Yeah, you will, okay.
All
That's
right.
good, thanks, fishing with Dad.
Honoring the tankers and everything else.
Oh, you're just like him probably.
Well, I told him, I said, we're gonna do it my way this time, Bob.
Tell Eric I said hi.
I will, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be nice to me, write your story, Judy.
All right, Bernadette, COS, Certificate of Survey, come on up.
This is a creation of a family transfer parcel for Mark and Elizabeth Wood up Ross Gulch. They have a 20-acre parcel and they're splitting it into 2 tens. Start down here and pass it down to you.
There isn't an issue on that one with egg exempt, is there? Are they-
No, it's just a
Okay.
family transfer. The existing house has gone through the state approval for DEQ because it had an existing septic.
Okay,
Must be,
And once you go below 20 acres,
this must be in.
most of the time it goes to the state. So they've got their state approval on their septic and well site.
excellent. All right,
And then they're putting agricultural or no sanitation on the other one.
oh, okay,
So before it could be built on, everything would have to go to the state on it.
okay.
What is the house in? Or is it on a different one?
No, I didn't go out there, but I believe the house may be on 29A.
This in here.
Yeah, let me see, 29B, yeah, this one has no sanitation.
Okay.
So this one has the approval. And I'm trying to think, because I seen the sanitation approval, and I believe the house is like right up here. If I remember correctly. Because I seen the lot layout that was done showing the septic and the well and the house.
This in here, they have to go through all the hoops to get that far, so everything's ever done, so.
Right, right. As soon as, if they ever want to build or put a well or septic on 29B, they'll have to go to the state.
Would
and
they
get-
have to do also, or in lieu of, a subdivision process? Or would
No,
it just go to the state?
Just to the state,
Okay.
because they're not using an agricultural exemption.
Oh, okay,
They're just doing a family transfer to their daughter for 29B. And so, at that point in time, she would have to go to the state.
okay, all right.
I don't think they knew it was gonna be such a big process to go through the state, because it is such a big process that they probably should have just done both at the same time. I know Mr. Wood said,
Oh,
I will never build on it because I will never go through the state again.
oh, that's hard.
I'll make a motion then that we grant approval for this division of land. And it's for a family transfer for the Woods family.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to support the family transfer for the Wood family parcel. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Give that back to you.
And for future, I can understand why the COS isn't on the agenda every week, because, you know, I don't know a lot. But is this work okay if I come like at the last time, right before the lunch break? That works with everybody?
Yeah, you know, it was just an oversight that it was missed, and it has been, as we've kind of been changing this process. So does it work better for you? I mean, we can put it back in at 11:45. Does it work better for you to just have that versus a different time?
It doesn't, you know, I can plan my time anytime, but like today, I just seen the last thing was at 11:35, which normally you throw COS at 6 or 11:45, so.
Right, yeah.
I just planned on being here and thought if you could squeeze me in before lunch. So that's fine, if that works for you guys.
Yeah, it's just an oversight. We'll get it back on the
Oh, no
agenda.
problem.
So, yeah, thank you.
No.
I should stop talking and get back to business here. Thanks, Bernadette.
Thank you very much.
You
Thank
bet.
Happy 4th of July.
Hey, thank you. All right, anything else for the good of the order before we break for lunch? All right, we will be coming back at 2 o'clock today, and have we put flowers
Instead of 1:30.
instead of 1:30.